In 2018, when I registered my foundation known as the Indonesian Foundation, I was awakened to the reality that the most important contribution to a society that a human being can make is time. Time spent in the different communities that you serve, an ear lent to listen to their heartbeats and to hear what their hearts beat for. The most inspiring people to me are those that dedicate themselves to the betterment of society every day, whether that be providing a service or that of being in service. I believe that true beauty doesn't shine in the spotlight. There's beauty in illumination, but true beauty shines in service. Public service isn't just about titles or applause. It's about compassion in action. It's about choosing to care, choosing to uplift, choosing to stand for those who often go unheard. I started my social work projects in 2018. I have served in my community under the auspices of mental health, women economic enablement, and youth empowerment through arts advocacy and technological development. In 2021, my focus shifted to agriculture. When COVID-19 happened, it had devastating effects worldwide. Namibia was no exception. At this stage, I had been volunteering at a center in Namibia called the Hopeful Children's Center. It's owned by a beautiful woman that has dedicated her life to public service. She facilitates, teaches, and feeds the children of her community. It is when I started spending a lot of time with Hopeful Children's Center when I realized that orphanages and community centers were the ones that were amongst the most vulnerable and amongst the most significantly impacted by COVID-19. At this stage, she fed more than 200 children every week at her weekly soup kitchen. The number has since increased to more than 300 children. She didn't have the food or resources to continuously host soup kitchens, despite a number of vulnerable children relying on it for sustenance every single week. Because of this, we decided to install a backyard gardening unit to be able to not only feed and help her grow more food for the children she facilitates, but also to teach children about agricultural education. The next garden to be implemented by Inner Grows was to be installed at the Bernard Noordkamp Center. They're an after-school center that helps learners in the local community with their academic proficiencies, particularly in the areas of mathematics and literature. They survive solely off of a community feeding scheme and feed the children that they serve one meal a day for free. Sometimes this is the only meal that a child would get for the entire day in that community. Our backyard garden installed here was able to do more than just provide one meal a day. It was able to provide agricultural education and a new sense of purpose for the children in this community. I aspire to build many more backyard gardens around the world, to contribute towards global conversations, speaking about reducing carbon emissions, educating about the important value of nutrition, while simultaneously contributing towards a greener planet. I believe that agriculture is the future. To me, there's no greater honor than that of being a public servant. For the greater good is a statement that has always rung true to me. Dedicating oneself to the betterment of a community, nation, or even the world. When the passion is inherent, it becomes a part of your expression. It isn't merely an appropriation of a job or a title. It is a calling rooted in purpose. A quote that I'd like to close with is by Catherine de Frey. She says, "Like tiny seeds with potent power to push through tough ground and become mighty trees, we hold innate reserves of unimaginable strength. We are resilient." My name is Selma KAMANYA, and I come from Namibia.